Hey there, beautiful bride. I'm Jillian Rosich Kendrick, founder of My Best Wedding and MyWeddingPlanningCourse.com. Thank you so much for joining me today on Wedding Wednesday. Whether you're here live or you're watching at a later date or a later time, welcome. You have found one of the only places on Facebook or even on the internet where we are actively talking about wedding planning, actively speaking with brides and giving advice and getting people into my training courses and just helping brides plan a beautiful, memorable, low-stress wedding of their dreams at truly absolutely any budget. And it really is possible for you. It's possible for you to have that gorgeous wedding. It's possible for you to do it within a limited budget. And it's possible for you to really enjoy your wedding and wedding planning and everything that comes along with this amazing, amazing time in your life. And again, like I said, I really am one of the only people in the wedding industry right now who is actively doing Facebook Lives, who has a membership site, who is promoting training and helping brides online to plan their wonderful weddings. So you have found truly an incredible community right here. So thank you so much for being online with me today and always. And don't forget that Wedding Wednesday happens every Wednesday right here on Facebook Live at 7 p.m. Eastern. So today we are talking about how to honor the passing of a loved one at your wedding. And there's a couple of different things that you can do here. So you can honor them very actively, or you can honor them very passively, and it depends on what you want to do. You want to consider a couple of things. So one, how fresh is that wound? How soon, how long ago was it that they actually passed away? And if it was recent, then you might want to do a little bit more. You might want to be more active in how you honor them and represent them in their memory at your wedding. Or if their passing happens to be, a few years ago or several years ago, then depending on what your relationship to that person was, you may want to be a little less active, maybe a little more passive, or just do things that are special and memorable to you that, nobody else really has to know. For instance, my grandparents weren't able to come to my wedding because they've passed away. And in particular, one of my grandfathers is just the patriarch of our family and my personal hero, and I really wanted to honor him at my wedding, but kind of in my own quiet sort of way. And so I wore a bracelet that is just part of the Serbian Orthodox religion, and I had a little icon of the Virgin Mary and the baby Jesus that I put on the end of actually like a pipe cleaner or something, and I stuffed that into my bouquet. So when I was carrying my bouquet and I looked down, there was my little icon, and that was just kind of how I remembered my grandfather and how I honored his memory at my wedding day. But if you have a relative who maybe is a little bit closer to you who's passed, so for instance, my sister who's getting married next year, her fiance's father has passed away several years ago. Actually, I think his senior year of high school, his dad passed away, but his dad was a humongous influence in his life and still is, and so it's really important for them that they honor his dad at their wedding. And so what they're going to do is they're going to have a memory table and put up some pictures, some photographs, just have, just a really sweet memory of Ryan's father there for everybody to see. Something else that you could do very easily is you could have an empty chair that sat at one of the tables. There's a lot of different things that you could do, and let me get to a question real quick. So Cheyenne, hey Cheyenne, thanks for joining us on Wedding Wednesday, and hi Natasha, sorry I missed your hello. would it be passive or active if we make a sign saying this seat is reserved in loving memory of, you know, father, mother, grandmother, with a, you say plastic red rose. I personally, this is just me, I would get a fresh rose instead of a plastic one, unless that particular plastic rose is like something that reminds you of that person, I would get a fresh one. But that really is more, it's kind of a little bit of both, isn't it, right? So like an example of a very active way of honoring a loved one would be that you mention their name, or you include them in your ceremony, or you know, you include their memory in your ceremony of some sort, or you say, you know, you announce to everybody that, hey, you know, so and so's mother passed away a few years ago and wasn't able to be here with us today, and so we're going to honor our mother by having this chair. And you know, if you want to have like a moment of silence for them, that would be a very active, a very inclusive way of honoring somebody's memory at your wedding. But if you want to have a chair and you want to be a little bit more passive or sort of quiet about it, you could have the chair, but just not announce it. Have the chair and let people, you know, I think the sign is a super cute idea. I love that. And you can incorporate your theme, and you could have the flower, you could have multiple flowers, you could do all sorts of stuff. You could have something else that my sister's fiance is going to do is they're going to have a candle, and they're going to light the candle not like during the ceremony or during the reception, but they're just going to have a candle on a table with his photo, keep the candle lit the entire day, and just have that kind of be the memory of his dad. So I love that idea, Cheyenne. That's super cute. Natasha says, I'm doing a memory table and a father-daughter tribute dance with my uncle, and I will have his ashes in a necklace in my bouquet. I love that. Exactly. That's perfect. I think Natasha might have commented on this as well, but Cheyenne, another thing that you could look at is a few months back, and I can't remember exactly when it was, but I found a really cool thing where if you you do it online and you submit like a little vial or canister or whatever of your loved one's ashes, and this company will actually take those ashes and make jewelry or make like an ornament or make something out of it so that you have kind of that everlasting memory of your deceased loved one. So you can look into something like that too, and just scroll through like the bottom of the Facebook page and keep populating more posts, and you'll see it eventually. It's down there somewhere. So yeah, the candle is a great idea. A chair is a great idea. If you want to mention your loved one and just say, you know, during your ceremony, like this would be kind of advice for Natasha, whose uncle I'm assuming is going to walk her down the aisle. You could have that person come up and say, you know, I'm not the father of the bride. He passed away a few years ago or whenever it was, and so it's my honor to sort of take his place on this special day, and we know that he's here with us. And so you can do something very active and very, very sweet like that to incorporate your loved one and to just kind of let everybody know that they're on your mind on your special day. So really, really great questions, guys. Very good stuff. And again, consider the candle is a huge thing. If you own something that person has either owned, given to you, given to somebody else, or maybe just happens to remind you of that, right? Like that little icon that I had in my bouquet. My grandfather didn't give that to me. It was given to me by one of my aunts, but my religion is my grandfather's religion, which is a huge part of my life. So having that icon was, you know, in remembrance of him, was a tangible way of having something that reminded me of him as part of me. Not that I'm a huge Kardashian fan, but something that I think it was Kim did a couple years ago when she got married to who knows who, right? But she actually had one of her dad's shirts cut up, and she cut a little patch shaped like a heart, and she had it sewn onto like the heart of like the breast of her her dress, or like inside the bra, or something like that, just so it would stay right there. So it was like a piece of her dad that she got to carry on her wedding dress and throughout the entire day, which I loved. I like was so just taken aback by what a beautiful tribute that was. So you'll find things, you know, to incorporate your loved ones and make them a part of your day as well. And it really is up to you, and it's up to, you know, how you want to go about it. Do you want to be active? Do you want to incorporate other people? Do you want to be more passive and more quiet about it? It's entirely up to you, and you know how you feel about the situation, how you feel about that person, and how much doing or remembering will, you know, incorporate well into your wedding. And also, for me, and again, this is just my personality and me and myself and I, but I did not want to be like a crying, blubbering mess on the day of my wedding. So I chose, this is purely my decision, I chose not to, you know, remember every one of my dead relatives. But there actually are some cultures, I can't think of who right now, of course, but there are some cultures that at weddings will have an entire table with chairs, with like place cards dedicated to people that have passed away, because that's just part of who they are. And that's perfectly acceptable. So figure out what works for you. What's part of your heritage? What's part of your culture? What's going to make you comfortable? What is something that you're going to enjoy and really help you love and remember that person on your special day? So I know you got value from this. Please like, comment, and share it out. I would love for more brides to hear this awesome stuff that we're talking about. And thank you both, Cheyenne and Natasha, for asking a question today on Wedding Wednesday. So have a fabulous week, ladies, and I will see you next week right here on Facebook Live for Wedding Wednesday. Actually, funny enough, next week is the 22nd of March, and that's actually my wedding anniversary, so I'm really excited. I'm still going to do it. I've promised myself I'm still going to do Wedding Wednesday. So if you have any like anniversary questions or anything that you need help with, I will be here, but it may or may not be short. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Anyway, have a lovely week. Enjoy wedding planning. God bless you all, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.